Barry's manager. Barry will be on the crystal card on ESPN. He will be Todd Gentry, Spartanburg, South Carolina, with a 9-3 record, 155 pounds. That's next Thursday night, January 13th, at Viking Hall. The judges score number 1, 97 for Audia, 88. Number 2 judge score, Audia, 98. 93. Number 3 scores, Audia, 97.
We are in Houston, Texas. You're looking at the beautiful Summit in downtown Houston, where Top Rank Boxing is emanating from tonight, and hope you're enjoying our Top Rank Boxing card. And upcoming is our main event, Tommy Smith from Houston going against the undefeated Barry Audia from Pennington Gap, Virginia. Looks like a good matchup, and Al has a close-up look at the fighters.
Undefeated middleweights Tommy Smith and Barry Audia will battle tonight in a fight that could lead the winner to bigger opportunities. Smith, now 13-0, has Houston boxing fans buzzing over his hand speed and boxing ability. While winning a split decision over Jose Rodriguez last July, Tommy flashed the abilities that some believe will make this 20-year-old a future contender. Here in Houston, they believe Tommy Smith is a real comer. Tonight, he faces the pressure and power of 26-year-old Barry Audia. Against Tommy Rogers 2 years ago, ESPN viewers saw the power in Audia's right hand. Audia is a pressure fighter who constantly moves forward, and he was simply too much for Rogers. The Audia right hand spelled trouble for David Plowden a year later. Audia has 13 KOs in his 20 wins, and Plowden felt all the Audia power. Barry is a strong finisher, and he put Plowden away with a two-fisted attack. This is the pressure he hopes will crumble Tommy Smith. Barry Audia is on a long victory string, and he feels maybe on the verge of contention.
And that sets the stage for our main event. Undefeated middleweights, Tommy Smith and Barry Audia. And they are in the ring. They were led into the ring by the fine music of the Ocean of Soul from Texas Southern University. We are set for the introductions. Let's go to Bob Sawyer.
All right, let's move now to our main event of the evening. Middleweight. Introducing in the red corner. He fights out of Knoxville, Tennessee, his hometown, Pennington Gap, Virginia. He weighed in at 156 and 1/4 pounds. Barry Audia. And the opponent tonight, from Houston, Texas, with a record of 13 wins and no defeats and 6 KOs. He weighed in at 156 pounds and 1/2 here is Tommy Mad Dog Smith. Mark Tessman, our referee.
Mark Tessman is the referee. The staring begins at the center of the ring.
Lift up.
And here we go, scheduled for 10. Barry Audia, 26 years old from Pennington Gap, Virginia. He's been training in Knoxville, Tennessee. Tommy Smith, 20 years old from Houston, born in Portsmouth, Virginia. Both undefeated, and here we go. Smith, a good boxer. Audia, the pressure fighter.
You can look for Audia to try and work his way inside. Also look for the overhand right from Audia. That's a punch that is really very effective for him.
Barry Audia turned pro October of 1980. Won a 6-round decision over Pedro Guerrero. He then went on to play with the Dodgers. No, that's a joke, folks. Different Pedro Guerrero. Audia in the dark trunks, Smith in the light blue. Smith has been fighting 2 years as a pro. Audia 3.5 years as a pro. As we mentioned, Audia, when he trains for a fight, goes 2 hours away from his home in Pennington Gap in Knoxville, Tennessee. Trained by Jay Dudley. Good pressure again. You're seeing Audia pressure Tommy Smith.
He's going to the body well. That, I think, is very important for him early in this fight. He would like very much to go downstairs a lot and weaken Smith and cut down some of that movement.
A lot of that right hand was taken on the shoulder by Smith. Smith 13-0 with 6 knockouts. But more of a sticker and a mover than a big banger. Midway through the first round of the scheduled 10-rounder.
I think one of the things that could be a concern to Tommy Smith is exchanging too much with Audia. He doesn't want to stand in and trade bombs with him. The conventional thinking here is that Audia is a little bit better puncher.
Third fight of 1984 for Barry Audia. Good left hook scored for Audia after Smith did good work to the body.
One thing that makes Audia more than just a mauler and brawler is he does throw combinations. He threw that left hook and immediately came with the right, although the right hand missed. So he's got some skills beyond just mauling and brawling.
And for Tommy Smith, this is only his second fight in 1984. March 21st, his last fight, a 6-round decision over Jesse Rodriguez in Las Vegas. First 10-rounder for Tommy Smith. He's never been more than 8. Well, he did go 8 rounds in 3 consecutive fights in 1983, July, August, and December. Smith missing a lot. Late in round 1. Scheduled for 10 in our main event.
Want to add more miles to your Advantage program without ever taking a plane? It's easy. All you have to do is rent from Avis, because Avis rentals are now worth 500 more miles.
Sam Rosen and Al Bernstein ringside at the Summit in Houston. Hope you're enjoying Top Rank Boxing. This is our main event. Scheduled for 10, middleweight Barry Audia. In the dark blue trunks, light blue trunks, Tommy Smith from Houston.
You mentioned toward the end of the round that Smith was missing a lot. His jab has not been as effective as he wants it to be in this fight. There, you see Audia slipping it and throwing a left hook. Good combination to the body by Audia. You see, he can move his hands in combination when he gets himself into doing that.
Tommy Smith has been in organized boxing since he was 10 years old. When he first got turned on to boxing, watching Muhammad Ali on television, decided to go to the gym, and loves the sport.
And the fans in this area,
Solid left hook by Audia.
Yeah.
A smiling Tommy Smith bounces away. That left is a punch by Audia.
What Audia has done early here is close the distance between himself and Smith. He's in punching range. And he's throwing punches in combination, and Smith's not able to keep him from getting in that good punching position.
Which means Tommy Smith has got to use that jab a lot more.
And the uppercut when Audia's on the inside. It's another good weapon for Smith.
Midway through the second round. There's that left hook again by Audia. It's been scoring.
Good jab there a moment ago by Smith.
Audia got in the right hand.
Barry Audia is not a bad defensive fighter. You know, he's not great, but he does cover up pretty well, slips pretty well. So for his style, he's got to be, or else he'd be in big trouble.
A minute to go in the second round. It was a glancing right hand by Tommy Smith. Did no damage.
Audia using his own jab pretty effectively. And in some ways, that's neutralizing the jab of Smith, although there Smith slipped those jabs.
Half a minute to go in the second round. 20-year-old Tommy Smith, 26-year-old Barry Audia. Good work to the body by Smith. Good right. Smith walked into it. As we come to the bell.
Hey, little guy, let you in.
Smith used this punch. Good straight left jab against Audia, and it's a punch that he has not gotten in nearly enough in this fight.
Barry Audia and Tommy Smith. Check Al's scoreboard. And after two, it's Audia.
Had to give him the first 2 rounds, at least in my opinion. He did more work, and I think more effective work. Though toward the end of the last round, Smith was starting to pot shot him a little bit.
I did something I really don't often do. I called the second round even. I thought Smith did real good work, and yet I thought Audia scored well in that round. Good right hand by Audia. The bigger punches were scored by Audia, so I thought Smith worked in that round. A lot more jabs than in the first round.
Especially in the second part of the round, I thought Smith did well. You know, Audia's been able to land a couple of right hands, and they haven't really phased Smith too much. And part of the problem is Barry Audia, when he throws that right, is often a little bit off balance and loses a little power from it. He's got power in that punch.
Audia, 2-time Southern Golden Gloves champion. Backed up now. Smith charges in with that right hand, working well. Straight right. Scoring for Tommy Smith, his best action thus far in the fight.
If he can get Audia backing up, he has won a large portion of the battle. Audia does not fight well backing up. His game is coming forward, putting constant pressure on him.
He's using a good jab thus far in the fight. Caught a right hand. Smith keeps dropping that left, and Audia's been looping that right over it.
You can almost see Barry Audia just waiting for the jab. I hate to say this. I think there's a cut over the left eye of Tommy Smith.
There's some blood coming from somewhere.
What else is new tonight?
This has been cut night. Ronda stopped on cuts in our co-feature earlier.
It is a cut over the left side of Tommy Smith. Oh, it's in a bad place, too. Now, we'll see if it's a big factor. Audia's starting to land those right hands also.
Good combination by Audia. Nice right uppercut by Smith, but Audia lands again. Audia landing the better punches. And I wonder how long Tommy Smith can keep taking those punches. Late in round 3. Cut over the left eye of Tommy Smith. That will be some concern in his corner between rounds. Final seconds of the 3rd round.
Every week, one publication.
They worked on the cut over the left eye of Tommy Smith between rounds. Let's see how it holds up. It was a good round for Barry Audia. Audia, who's fought twice on ESPN before, stopped Tommy Rogers in Nashville in April of 1982, and then stopped David Plowden in May of 1983 in Bristol, Tennessee. As we mentioned, this is the third fight of 1984 for Barry Audia, having fought April 7th in Pennington Gap, his hometown. Won a 10-round decision over Freddie Brown, and then knocked out Robert Jackson in Richland, Virginia, May 5th.
Audia was doing very well, putting the pressure on Smith in the last round. In this round, he has been boxing a little bit more, long range, a little bit of a surprise.
Smith making no conscious effort to protect that cut over the left eye.